Sairam students, let's begin with the today's session of class 8. We are doing the political science. We have already started with a new chapter in our last session, that is understanding our criminal justice system, chapter number 6. Today children, we are doing the second part of this chapter. Let's go through the content of our chapter. We have done the introduction in the first part. Then in the today's session, you'll be learning about what is the role of the police in investigating a crime. But before coming to that, children, in introduction, what we have seen, let's go through that quickly, okay? See, we learnt about in the general, whenever any case happens or anything happens, anyone is violating the law, what the things comes to our mind? Like it is the police work, it is the duty of the police to decide whether the person is accused or not, right? This is what we have generally seen, but actually whether the person is guilty or not, it is not the police work to decide, it is the judge work. Judge is going to decide after the proceedings and all that. So according to the constitution, every individual charged of a crime has to be given a fair trial. I told you we will be learning about the fair trial in the further sessions. Even we will be learning about an FIR, and I told you the meaning of FIR, that is first information report, right? Then this is what we have seen. We saw one of the fictional case here in our last session. We learnt about that fictional case. Now in that we saw and why we saw that case, to understand the process as well as the role of the different persons involved in that criminal justice system, like what role everyone is playing, we have to understand that is the reason we saw the fictional case, right? So before coming to the new topic, we will be coming to the fictional case first. So in that fictional case, what did we see? That story was set in Mumbai, right? It was in the year 2006, 18th of July. We saw Mrs. Shinde while getting dressed for a party. She discovered that she has lost her gold chain. Then she suspected her maid servant and she searched her belongings, right? Her maid servant Shanti, correct? Then they found an envelope containing rupees 10,000 in her trunk. They go to the police station and file an FIR against Shanti, right? Then we saw Sub-Inspector Rao. He seals the envelope and arrests Shanti and her brother Sushil. Despite they pleaded, they both were pleading, but they abused Sushil for two days, right? Then police wanted that the servant should confess. What she should confess? That he with his sister are head of the gang of the thief, and they had stolen the jewelry from other houses, even also in their neighborhoods. Okay, this is what the police wanted from that servant. Then Shanti got bail in August 2006, but she could not pay the surety amount, so she continued to be in jail, right? After that, the charge sheet was filed by the police and a copy of it was given to the Shanti, correct? Then we saw Shanti was not able to hire the defense lawyer for herself. Then the magistrate appointed advocate Kamla Roy as the Shanti's defense lawyer. Then she, through witness, showed that neither Mrs. Shinde saw her stealing, nor she found the chain on Shanti. Then moreover, she told rupees 10,000 could be the total earnings of Shanti, could be the hard-earned money of the Shanti and Sushil. This is what she tried to find out, okay? Then Inspector Sharma, who had busted a gang of thieves, was called as a witness. What did he show? He showed that Mrs. Shinde's chain that was stolen by these thieves was recognized by Mrs. Shinde that is her own chain. So after that only Shanti was acquitted and her money was also given back to her. This is what we learnt in our fictional case, right? Now in the we are going to see the person, those who are involved in this fictional case. So from this incident, what did we see? The four main key players. Who are that four main key players in the criminal justice system? The police, the public prosecutor, the defense lawyer and the judge, right? So in today's session, children, now we are going to learn what is the role of the police in investigating a crime. Okay, so one important function of the police is to investigate any complaint about the commission of a crime. Then an investigation includes, what does it include? It includes the recording statements of witnesses. Okay, those who are the witnesses, their statements are recorded, and even collecting different kinds of evidence. So you may get the question like what the investigation includes. It includes recording statements of witnesses and also collecting information, different kinds of evidence. Okay. So what is the meaning of witness here? It is given in the glossary in your textbook. In the context of this chapter, this refers to the person who is called upon in court to provide a first-hand account of what he or she has seen, heard or knows. Like whatever, if someone has seen the crime has been happening and that is the person who has seen the crime, or they have heard about it, or they know anything about it, that person is called as a witness. And that person can go to the court to provide the first-hand account, to provide the information to the police so that the case can be solved easily. So this is the meaning of witness. So on the basis of the investigation, the police are required to form an opinion. What opinion they will form on the basis of investigation? If the police think the evidence points to the guilt of the accused person, if he finds the evidence are according to the guilt of the accused person, then only they will file a charge sheet in the court. Okay, if the opinion of the police differs, they cannot charge a file sheet, because unless and until they are not sure about the evidences that are pointing towards the guilt of that accused person, they cannot file a charge sheet. So once they are sure their opinion is final, yes, it is according to the evidence that they have received, that they have got is according to the guilt of that accused person, then only they will file a charge sheet in the court. Then it is not the job of the police to decide. Okay, they will just file a charge sheet. Okay, but they will not decide whether a person is guilty or innocent. Then whose work is that? That is for the judge to decide after the proceedings whether the accused person is guilty or innocent. Okay. See, then we have learnt about the rule of law, which means that everyone is subject to the law of the land, right? This includes the police. Therefore, police investigations always have to be conducted. How it should be conducted? In accordance with the law. It should not break the law. It should be as per the rule of law. Police investigations cannot go against the law. If it is done that way, even the police will be punished for that, and the action will be taken against them. So they have to, the police investigation should always go in accordance with law and even with full respect for human rights. They cannot humiliate anyone, they cannot disrespect anyone. So police investigation should be under that full respect of the human rights. That should be taken into consideration by the police department. Then the Supreme Court has laid down guidelines that the police must follow at the time of arrest. See, that guidelines should be followed by them when they are arresting someone. And not only arrest, detention and interrogation. Now, what is the meaning of detention here? Children, in the context of this chapter, this refers to the act of being kept in illegal custody by the police. When the police keeps someone in the custody, that is called as a detention. And interrogation. Interrogation means asking question. It is related to that, asking questions to that accused person. So, as per the guidelines of Supreme Court, police must follow at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation. The police are not allowed to torture or beat or shoot anyone during investigation. That is also given in the constitution. They cannot They are not, that is also given by the Supreme Court, that guidelines. They cannot torture anyone, they cannot beat anyone, they cannot shoot anyone during the investigation. So they cannot inflict any form of punishment on a person, even for petty offenses. Now, what is the meaning of offenses here? Offense means any act that the law defines as a crime. So, police are not allowed to torture or beat or shoot anyone during the investigation. The guidelines given by the Supreme Court is to be followed during the police investigations. They cannot inflict any form of punishment on a person, even for petty offenses. Now, offense means, you have seen the meaning of this as an act that the law defines as a crime. Now, Article 22 of the Constitution and the criminal law guarantee to every arrested person the following fundamental rights. See, even in our Constitution of India, it has been provided in the criminal law. It guarantees that the person who has been arrested, as per the Article 22, the fundamental rights should not be humiliated. Now, what are the things that should not be disobeyed? Let's see that. The first thing is the right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offense for which the person is being arrested. Children, before coming to this, the Article 22 of the Constitution and the criminal law guarantee to every arrested person the fundamental rights. This fundamental rights, children, you have to learn in the same way as it is given to you in the textbook, because it is given in the Constitution of India. You cannot change the words of that. Okay, so understand the meaning of it and try to learn it as it is given in the textbook. The right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offense for which the person is being arrested. It is a right, it is a fundamental right of the arrested person to know why the person is arrested. Okay, then the second is the right to be presented before a magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Once a person is arrested, within 24 hours of arrest, he should be presented before a magistrate. He or she should be presented before a magistrate. Then the third is the right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. This I told you, as per the Supreme Court's guidelines also, police cannot beat, cannot shoot, cannot torture anyone. The same has been given in the Constitution of India also. The right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. Then the next is the confessions made in police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. The confessions that the person has made in the custody, that cannot be used as evidence against the accused. The new witnesses that will be brought in the court at the time of proceedings. So confessions made in the police custody cannot be used as an evidence against the accused person. Now the next is a boy under 15 years of age and women cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. Even this is also one of the important right is given in the Constitution of India, as a boy under 15 years of age and even the women cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. So these 5 fundamental rights that has been given in the Constitution of India to understand that is to be followed related to the arrested person. So children, we have completed with the topic, today's topic, that is what is the role of the police in investigating a crime. Now let's begin with the quiz here. Yes, we have learnt about the very first question. FIR means what? Is it the final information report? Is it the first investigation report? Or is it the first information report? Yes, it is first information report. Correct. Detention is the act of keeping the accused in custody by the police. Is it true or false? Yes, now only we have learned in the today's session about detention, right? It is the act of keeping the accused in custody by the police. So the answer is true here. Now the third is any act that the law defines as a crime. We have learnt in the today's session only about this. Is it offense, or is it punishment, or is that witness? Any act that the law defines as a crime is offense. It is the job of the police to decide whether a person is guilty or innocent. Is it true or false, children? Is that the job of the police to decide? No. So this is false. The person who is tried by the court for a crime is witness, accused, or thief. The person who is tried by the court for a crime is accused. Right? So children, in today's session, we have completed with the topic, what is the role of the police in investigating a crime. We will be learning about the role of the public prosecutor, defense lawyer, and judge in the next sessions. So go through this session as well as the first session and read the chapter. See you in the next session with the next topic. Till then, children, take care.